Developmental psychology, the term maturation defined as systematic process through which it initial develops to a human form. মানে গোটে ছোটিয়া সেলটা human structure develop. And the process of maturation starts immediately from the movement of conception and process continue to adulthood. Conception to adulthood পর্যন্ত এই প্রসেসটা আমরা চলে। Okay. The term development refers to the process by which fertilized egg cell develop to a adult organism. Okay, तो ଯେତେବେଳେ କଣ ହୁଏ ନା ଜାଇଗୋଟ ସ୍ତରରୁ ଆସିକି ଛୁଆଟା ଜନ୍ମ ହବା ତ ସେଇ ସ୍ତରକୁ କୁହାଯିବ ଆଡଲ୍ଟ ବୋଲି କୁହାଯିବ। All these changes are product of both maturation and learning. Maturation doesn't depend on learning, but learning depends upon the maturation. যদি ম্যাচুরেশন ন হব তো পিলাটি পড়ি পারিবনি, যদি ছুয়াটি বড় ন হব আডপ্ট ন করি পারিব ব্রেন কাম পারিবনি, সে বুঝি পারিব। তেଣୁ ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ସ୍ତରରେ ଗୋଟେ ପିଲା ସ୍କୁଲ ପ୍ରମୋସନ ଗଲେ ତାର ସେମିତି ମ୍ୟାଥମେଟିକାଲ ହଉ ସାଇଣ୍ଟିଫିକାଲ ସାଇନ୍ସ ର ହଉ এই କନସେପ୍ଟଟା ବଢି ବଢିକା ଚାଲେ। ବୁଝିଲେ କି? Teacher independent environment influence maturation of all hereditary traits, natural process occur to major degree. Maturation depends upon the prenatal condition, gene and chromosome. Prenatal condition को depend करे, genes को depend करे और chromosome को भी depend करे। Apart from this, maturation set the limit beyond which development cannot progress. Even if most of the learning condition, maturation brings developmental readiness, which makes the learning possible and failure. जोटा कि learning का failure करेगा और possibility करेगा। In spite of this, it can also be said that interacting role of both maturation and learning is the cause of development, and the process of maturation can be accelerated and retarded depending upon the postnatal environment. The pillar conception hela pore to postnatal development of সেই সময় ম্যাচুরেশনটা ডিপেন্ড করে কেমতি না সে কোন খায় খাদ্য উপরে ডিপেন্ডেন্ট করিব তারপর সে পিলাটি কো এনवायरमेंट রে রহিলা তাকু भी देखिके এরা ডিপেন্ড করে বুঝিলা কি না In spite of this, it can also say that interacting role of both maturation and learning is the cause of development, and process of maturation can be accelerated or retarded depending upon the postnatal environment condition with reference to the prenatal condition. Because of human beings are capable of learning and receiving, variation in development is possible. For example, individual difference in attitude, interest pattern, choices, personality. Optional है नहीं मारे बस आप पर हो एडी बसीरा hence both maturation and learning are important in the process of development. Both are closely related to each other. So maturation and development dita ka eka bhaliya boli dhara jay. Role of heredity and environment. There has been much debate on the question as to which one of these two, heredity and environment, contribute. Role of heredity and environment. There has been much debate on question as to which one of these two, heredity and environment, contribute more to process of development. This can be more prominent in the name of nature versus nurture controversy. This controversy is still continuing among the experts and group to find out authentic answer to this question of controversy. हेरिडिटी अर्थ होची कोन हमर जीन जोटा रहउची सेटा एनवायरनमेंट ऊपर कोन प्रभाव आ ता थ्रू रे हमर जो गुणसूत्र अछि से गुणसूत्र द्वारा अपन बा जीन द्वारा हम ऊपर कोन इंपैक्ट आसे तो एटा गोटे बड़ कंट्रोवर्सी हे कि रहिछि पर्यंत So before going to the deep into analyzing the role of heredity in the process of development, it is very much essential to know about mechanism of hereditary transmission. What is then hereditary transmission? एक गुणसूत्रता केमिति ट्रांसमिशन जेतबा छुआटी जन्म हुए केमिति पुओ झियो बोले केमिति हुए ना पुओ केमिति जन्म हुए झियो केमिति हुए केमिति से ट्रांसमिशन हुए न तो प्रकृतिर नियंत्रण बा कंट्रोल ता बिगड़ी जान तो एटा एई जिनसटा को भया होची बा केमिति ए जो जीन का ट्रांसमिशन होची the process of which various characteristics and quality of parent their forefather and their forefather are transmitted to the child at the time of conception as mechanism is called the hereditary transmission. आमे को छुआटे बापा बळे हेची आ छुआटे मां बळे हे तो एई जो आ बळे हेची माने केते बार से फेस हिसाब रे नहीं पारे केते बार से गुणसूत्र को भी नहीं पारे ता गुण नहीं पारे वॉइस ता भी नहीं पारे तो एई सब जिंस किछि ना किछि देखिबा गोटे परिवार रो समस्त लोकंकर वॉइस एका होय है बुझियो जति किछि फेस वाइज न मिसे वॉइस ता मिसी जे जाय पारे तो एई सब ट्रांसमिशन किछि ना किछि हेइते एटा बापा को थ्रू न आले जेजे बापा को थ्रू जेजे बापा ताको जेजे बापा अण जेजे बापा तो एई प्रोसेस का लागि रहिते it is true that fertilization sets in emotion the process of gene transformation each child receives 50% of each parent gene जेते बारे गोटे छोट छुआटे जन्म हुए 50% से पेरेंट को जीन टाको आनी अब 50% से निजर आनी है but which combination of gene it is the matter of chance factor children in the same family inherit different combination of gene from their parent ये बापा रे गुण आनिबो कि मार गुण आनिबो डिफरेंट जीन कॉम्बिनेशन है पारे as a result of which they also look different with a definite difference in their nature and temperament the traits that are transmitted from parent to offspring they never change upward तापरे ताको ट्रांसमिशन का चेंज होय नै genes consist of thousands of chromosomes गोटे जीन रे हजार हजार क्रोमोसोम रहिबो these gene and chromosome are called carry the heredity तो जीन और क्रोमोसोम ही हमर गुण टाको बा गुणसूत्र को लेके आगु बढ़ान at this time the sperm enters into the wall of ovum and releases 23 minute particle called as chromosome and at about same time, the inner part of the ovule called the nucleus releases 23 chromosome of its own. The female or male pathro 23 chromosome eka sangare asibe or missile. So these chromosomes are taken further divided into small particles called as genes. से 23 जोड़ा काम करिवे से जीन रे कन्वर्ट है. Therefore chromosomes are like chemical substance. The offspring thus receive 23 pair of chromosomes at the time of conception. So conception samare 23 pair, male na 23, female na 23, ए dita missing. So that is 23 single chromosome from father and 23 single chromosome from mother. So a data bhitaro amara chromosome receive hobo. The term chromosome is the combination of two like chroma and soma. Chroma refers to color, soma refers to body. ताको कोजे chromosome. Okay. तो क्रोमा कौन करे कलर टा को ट्रांसमिट करे सोमा ट्रांसफर करिवो बॉडी स्ट्रक्चर को ट्रांसफर करिवो हेंस द टर्म क्रोमोसोम रेफर्स टू colored body. These chromosome contains a gene in every male and female cell. There are about approximately 10 lakh house 10 lakh gene. And every chromosome there are approximately 20,000 genes. In total, newborn infant there are near about 80,000 to 1,20,000 genes. But a newborn baby pakare 80,000 ru neki lakhe 20,000 parjanto genes of roiche. The heredity endowment of the infant is determined by the chromosome and genes. A single gene composed of chemical called as the DNA. The single gene re DNA achi deoxyribonucleic acid. The DNA is a molecule of heredity and it is contain genetic code. Amara DNA kon kare जेतेबेले kon होय ना छुआटे मिसमैच हे जाय डाक्टर खाना DNA टेस्ट करा जाय मोबाइल देखियो ता चुट्टी किबा सलाइवा आनी तम सब चेक कर लाडा आनी चेक करिवे बुझियो छी नै से तार से फैमिली को बिलोंग्स करछु कि नै बुझियो कि नै. Or determine transmitted generation of next generation through the process of cell division and cell multiplication. This process is known as process of meiosis and mitosis. One single fertilized egg cell, but a single fertilized egg cell, 2 billion cell create karibo. 2 billion cell create karibo when the infant is born. This process of cell division through the chromosome reduction takes place in a very systematic and scientific manner. Sir, support office for it. Each child is genetically unique and also biologically different from other infants. However, some differences are noticed in the case of twins. For example, in the case of identical twins, they share the same genetic structure. Right? Identical twins share same genetic structure share karibe. They are also called as the monozygotic twins. Such twins emerge a large single fertilized ovule, and it is divided into two distinct separate bodies with similar genetics. Either two boys and two girls. However, in the case of fraternal twins, which are also called as the dizygotic twins, and these are either poor killer heaven or geo heaven, or dizygotic hele, seven class of poor the genetic foundation is also different, and there are different sex like one boy, one girl. Hence, according to the research, finding if there is any change in their personality pattern and behavior, it could be due to effective of genetic factor. Kasangare janma hele madhya jodi tanka visare konose parivartana dekha jauchi to eta parivartana dekha jauchi kevala genetic factor. This is how the process of mechanism of heredity transmission work and continue to show its effect on the child. Whether the genetic factor on environmental factor or important has been matter controversy since long even today. So there is differences of opinion among the experts about the percentage of contribution each of the child. Mane gote child re kete percent contribution ase. ओके तो एटा होची कोन हमने आउट ऑफ हमर रहउची सिलेबस रहउची ताबरे आ भीतर रहउची कि इंटेलिजेंस जेतरा दीटा छुआ एका संगे जन्म हेबे ओके तो व्हाट इज द इंटेलिजेंस ताका भीतर कोन रहिबो इंटेलिजेंस फैक्टर केतरा चेंजेस होची ए सब जीन द्वारा डिटरमाइन हो ओके तारो समरी होची सेबला रहउची अच्छा नेक्स्ट लास्ट होची mechanism of sex determination during the pregnancy there is a natural curiosity on the part of the parent to know the sex of the baby na puo hobo ki jio hobo seta dekhana traditionally speaking majority of parents prefer a boy child during the first opportunity तो समस्त चाहिए जे प्रथम ये गोटे पुओटे हो so there has also been widespread myth that only mother is responsible for the sex of the child केवल मां ही पुओ की जो होबो से डिटरमिन से ही दायी रहे but research study that and medical science had already proved the truth that mother has no role to play the process and it depends on the father केवल father ऊपर ही डिपेंडेंट करे each cell has 23 pair of chromosomes out of each only one pair called sex chromosome so this applicable of both males and females these pair of sex chromosomes are different for males and females because of the female has two X chromosomes XX and male pair has the X and Y so that XY combination this means that pair of sex chromosome is responsible for determining sex of child all the mature ova of the mother contain only X chromosome they do not contain Y chromosome while half of the sperm of the father contains X and other half contain Y chromosome hence chances of the 50-50 about possibility of the boy and girl child if the ovum is fertilized by a sperm carrying X chromosome then resulting is the XX which means the lead of a girl child on the other hand ovum is fertilized by the sperm of Y chromosome then resulting XY which means a boy child so XX ले girl child आसीबो XY ले boy child आसीबो XY ता कहां तक है father तक है किंतु mother तक है XX किंतु सेटा mother तक रहइबो XX माने एका होया father तक दीटा रहइबो ता भितरे जोटा फर्टिलाइज हेतियो mother रो गोटे X फर्टिलाइज father रो गोटे X फर्टिलाइज जदी कॉम्बिनेशन XX ताले जियो हला जदी मदर रहला एक फादर रहला वाई जदी फर्टिलाइज हला ताले बोय चाइल्ड बुझ पालो तो ना आमे जदी देखिबा आपण जो गोटे मिथ थिला बा गोटे खूब प्रकार थिला मां ही केवल रेस्पोंसिबिलिटी थाए जो जियो होबार कि बा पुओ होबार एटा होची संपूर्ण मिथ्या एटा होची सबल डिपेंड करे कहा ऊपर ना फादर ऊपर डिपेंड करे कारण फादर रे दुईटा क्रोमोसोम थाए एक्स एंड वाई हाफ हाफ हेकी रहितै ओके तो एटा तला हमर चैप्टर रा टोटल कंक्लूजन ओके तो मु नेक्स्ट तुमको आरो सब नोट्स गुडा को पठे देबी तापर हम तार क्वेश्चन आंसर जोड़ा अछि ताको देखि दबो जो क्वेश्चन हमर नोट भीतर नथिबो ताको आउ थरे देखि तुम पठे देबी तापर हमें कमिंग वीक रे आरो एग्जाम बुझला प्रिपरेशन हमर कोई परीक्षा कॉलेज से सरी थियो कमिंग वीक एग्जाम हो तापर हम स्टार्ट करिला स्टेज very very much. पूरे एक एग्जाम ठीक है बाकी सॉल्व प्रश्न अब 2 मिनट एक मार्क एमसीक्यू आसो एमसीक्यू तुम क्वेश्चन एमसीक्यू के लिए एमसीक्यू थोड़ी देर कम क्वेश्चन इधर से पढ़ो